Are we live? Are we ready to go? We are live on Facebook. All right. So just one little technical issue we had this one. For whatever reason, the laptop's not connecting to the mouse, so if I turn my back and the presenters, you're going to have to use the down arrows to go through your presentation. But we can help with that. But good morning, and it's good to be back. You know, it kind of feels, you ever not go anywhere but feel like you've been gone for 2 months? That's kind of how I feel the last couple of months have been. But yeah, it's great to be back with everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday morning Lake County Eustace chapter of 1 Million Cups. If we could take a quick second and scan the QR code. So we are showing our corporate office how much and how many wonderful visitors and guests we are having each week. And that will give you a second to check in. I think it's 2 to 3 questions. Oh, it's a calendar. I don't know. They don't tell me. They just tell me what to say. So it's a calendar. So today is June 4th, right? While you're in the calendar, if everybody wants to jump forward to the 23rd, that is my birthday. If you want to add that, I'm just saying.
Hey, mine's the 22nd.
There you go. June is a great month.
Yes, it is.
So let's start with a couple of housekeeping. Again, we are live on Facebook. If you get a chance, go to the Facebook feed, share it to your page, so we can kind of branch out, and everybody that you know also has a chance to see us. We can build our Facebook and our social media presence. So if you can do that, if we can, let's make sure we keep our conversations, side conversations to a minimum, so we can focus on our presenters and everything that they are asking for your help with. And then we get as well, so we can mute your phones, just so there's no distractions as we go through the meeting. And then last thing, we have bathrooms up here. My left and right generally is the woman's bathroom, and my right to your left is the men's bathroom up here in the corner. So we want to thank our host, as we do every week, where we have what we like to say under one roof is a business hub. It is a hub to business success. So we have the Mega Workplace. Pam just walked in. Pam, thank you for everything that you've done here. Caught her a little bit off surprise, but this is the Mega Workplace where we hold a meeting each and every week, every Wednesday, starting at 8:30. We have Lee, which is, where's Monty? Monty with Lee. They have all these great programs, which on the calendar you're going to find 95% of them are free, and all of the great resources they provide for you. Downstairs, we have the SPDC. They're here to help you. It's a free program. They're here to help you with putting your business and structuring your business together. And then we have Brian with the UCF. I think you better, Brian, stand up if you would. Brian is our new director of the UCF Incubator. So here's what you're going to do when you come here every Wednesday. If you have a business idea, you're going to come here and either present your business idea or you're going to present your business. You're going to get feedback on how to make that business better or move forward through everybody that's in attendance. You're going to go meet with John with the SBDC. He's going to help you structure your business. Then you're going to meet with Brian. Brian is going to help you put that business and move it forward. So between the resources in this room, you have nothing but success ready for you. So we want to thank our sponsors. Our ongoing coffee sponsor has been since day one, is Foxtail Coffee. The one thing we like to say, if you make a great connection, if you want to carry conversations on, we welcome that and we appreciate that, and we hope that you do. Go to a Foxtail just to thank them for everything that they've done for our program over the last, we're coming up on 2 years. So they have been with us for 2 years, so we want to give back to them. So visit a Foxtail just to say thank you. And then we want to thank Marie with the Lake Eustace Area Chamber as our food sponsor. Let's thank Marie for that. Which, speaking of, we need a third quarter food sponsor starting July 1st. If you're interested in sponsoring food, it's 13 weeks. Talk to me or Monty, we will get you set up. We will know what the guidelines are and what we expect from you as our food sponsor. So we are in need. June's gonna go fast, so we need somebody to sponsor food because the first meeting in July we may show up and it could be like a dry cup of coffee. And no food. So what is 1 Million Cups? And before we get started, we want to take a second to thank our organizers because everything that we do here is all volunteer led. There's no funding from 1 Million Cups corporate. We all do this because it's a great program. It's an opportunity to give back to the community. So if you are an organizer for our chapter, would you please stand up? So this is our group that each and every week is giving of their time to help support the program, and we just want to say thank you for everything that that you do, and we appreciate all of your help and input to make this happen. I mean, we've got a great turnout. I don't know what we have, probably 50 plus. It's because of them. So if you get a chance after the meeting, thank them for what they do. But what is 1 Million Cups? It is a hub or home base for entrepreneurs in Lake County. It's part of a network of, I think now we're pushing 110 chapters across the country. So if you're traveling, every Wednesday morning across the country, chapters are meeting everywhere. Look up and see if you're going, we were on a call yesterday, Charleston's got Savannah's got a great program. Go visit the 1 Million Cups in Savannah, see how they're doing it, get some input and thoughts from them on how they do business up in Savannah in the Carolinas. It's no cost, as we talked about. No cost, no barriers. You don't come, you never pay for anything. Presenters never pay for anything. It's 100% self-supported by our sponsors. And then if you're an entrepreneur and you want to give back to the community, this is where you need to be each and every week to help support our presenters, give back to the community, and build some great business relations and contacts. So just a couple of things. This is some of the things that we did from September to last year or 23 to April of 25, just to show some of the numbers. We're going to take a quick picture of that. We're not going to go into that too much because we want to keep everything flowing pretty good. But as you can see, at the very bottom one, the one I'm looking at is the total number of unique attendees. We are almost to 1,000 people have come through here attending a 1 Million Cup. So that's a pretty cool fact right there. So who is eligible to present? If you have a business idea or a business concept, this is where you want to come present. It's not only for established businesses, because if you have a concept, you come up and you present because you're going to get feedback from the community to say, I think it's a great idea. I'm not sure that the community is ready for that. So it may not be what you want to hear, but that might be the best advice you can get at the time. So you don't put all of your resources and time and efforts into a business that you've got 50 plus of the most successful people in Lake County attending this every week. They're going to know, and they're going to be the pulse of the county and the area, so they know what is ready. So again, don't take offense to that. It might be the best advice you can get. Or they might kind of go, you know what? Full speed ahead, because that is a great program, and then we're going to connect you with all the resources in the building. It's generally designed for businesses that are 1 to 5 years old. So if you have a newer business and you're going to run into challenges, guarantee it, and it's what we call our What Keeps You Up at Night challenge. So you're going to come up here, you're going to present what is waking you up in the middle of the night, what is on your mind throughout the day, what is that one issue at this time that you cannot figure out a solution for your business. This is where you come up. This is what we're going to see today with our two presenters. They have a challenge in their business. They're going to ask you for your support on how to help them overcome that challenge. And then for an established business, we want to make sure we include everybody. If you're an established business, we want you to present if you're looking to grow your business, if you want to add another segment to your business, because sometimes growth done the wrong way can kill a business. So we want you to grow your business the right way. We got successful people that are here every week that have taken their business from a startup and grown it to multiple legs. They're going to tell you how to do it the right way. And before we go to the next screen, but if you are interested in presenting, we have openings, I believe, as soon as mid-July. Talk to myself, talk to Monty. We will get you scheduled. We'll tell you the process. Just go to the 1 Million Cups website, click on the present tab, fill that out. Monty and I are going to get it. We're going to accept it for you. We're going to walk you through. Don't worry about coming up here. What do I do? How do I prepare it? We're going to help you through that, and we'll make sure that you get the most for your time presenting. Also, what is 1 Million Cups? This is where your presenters come up here to present the challenge. So what keeps them up at night challenge? They're not here to pitch you and ask for money, ask for funding, ask for sales, ask for referrals. They are here for presentations and feedback. And at the same time, everybody else that comes, we are here to connect. We want connections to be made organically. We want business relationships to grow the right way. We're not here to network or sell the presenters our product to help them solve their issue. We're not here to sell each other our products. We want that relationship to grow. We want this to be a safe space where you can come in, not walk in the door and feel like you are going to be sold to. And if that happens, we'll handle it. All right. So, This is our first-time members. I think we've got quite a few of them. So if you are a first-time visitor, would you please stand up? Wow. So what we want to hear from you, and we're going to start with, no, stand up, don't stand up, stand up.
Oh, you can't, right?
We want to know your name and your business name. We don't want to know who your customer is, what you do, who you're looking for, what type of referral. We don't want your elevator speech. Again, that goes back to the not networking. Name and business, we're going to start with my buddy Autumn, so she's going to tell you how to do it.
Autumn, Incarnation, Strawberry Soul.
That's how you do it.
Melissa McCrimmels with Harmonic Balance.
Lois with Restoration and Resale.
Perfect.
Caesar Sanchez, 24 Hour Workers.
Perfect.
Susan Holmes, Wacky, Marketing Solutions.
Great. Angie?
Angela Ward, Serenity and Survival.
Thank you.
Stephanie Hayes, the Various Chamber of Commerce.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Patrick Johnson, Foundation Systems Group.
Joseph Heinzelman, Edward Jones.
Tess Cohen with Elevate Operating Consulting.
Chantal Fountain, Fountain Mobile Notary Services.
All right, I know we got a couple more. Is that everybody?
Nancy Zell, and I'm still planning.
Is that everybody? All right, let's give them a round of applause again. And that was a great example, and thank you for that. Again, because sometimes in the past we've been a little bit off track with our introductions, and we want to make that kind of our 30-second sales pitch again. That's not why we're here. Don't need to be harsh about that, or I don't want to be the mean guy in the room, but we want to keep it to the true sense of the program. And I will tell you that we do have a member of our first timers here that is going to be one that we're going to actively be pursuing to present, because they have a program that they want to get your feedback on. So I don't want to call anybody out by name, but we'll talk to them. This is why we meet here each and every week. All right, so at the end of today, maybe somewhere between the two presentations, we're going to do some giveaways. I don't know, we might do 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, people will get stuff before we're done. So we're going to real quick, because we'd like to get started here in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Our question today, if you have a thought, raise your hand. Brandy, Amanda, you ready? How do you recommend identifying your ideal client?
I got one. Looking at your past clients to find out, what the pattern of clients are. To focus on that ideal client pattern.
Colin Van Axel, Accelerate Sales Solution. My favorite topic, as you guys know, I always ask this question to people. Your ideal client is the person or the companies or customers that you provide your highest level of value to, the ones who appreciate you the most. And to Angie's point, they usually are. You can usually find them by looking back at your past clients and seeing the ones you've been the most successful with, taking that model and trying to figure out what other customers replicate who they are.
Perfect.
The type of client that you're just glad to see them when they walk in the door again. They're a pleasure to work with, so those are your ideal clients.
All right, anyone else?
The person, when you're looking at your ideal client, how do you identify them? What questions do people usually come to you asking you? What are the solutions that they're coming to you asking you for support on? So that's one of the ways that you can identify who your ideal client is.
All right, Matthew?
Not the guy at Pinpoint Go Studio. When I do this with people, it usually starts off with doing market research, research and analysis. As I find those small business owners in particular, they always identify themselves, say, well, I would never do that. Well, you probably are not your best customer.
Let's go one more. We got one more in the back.
Hello, Margarita. That's my name. Yes, I'm fine. The ideal client for me, when you find it, is that one client that truly is satisfied with your service and is always recommending you. And then when you look at what they are and the people they hang around with, then that's what you should try to niche, because you want people that are like that person. So when you see that person that really likes you as a golfer, then if you know what, maybe I should be hanging out with the golfer area or something like that. Or like, hey, I see that they're knitters. So then I go in that realm because they are your best. You're having already one person that's showing you that they love your product. So if you hang around that same crowd, you're able to find more ideas.
Jim?
Right here.
Oh, good.
Thank you for that, because you just jogged my memory. Ideal client I would recommend would be figure out exactly what you're doing and find the value that you can give to that person that you are trying to have a product or service for. So, really knowing what you are doing is the most important thing. And that's how you're going to find those people.
Yeah, and I think we'll wrap it up. The one thing I always said, I think our most unused resource for customers and potential customers is our database. To me, your best customer is one that you haven't even met yet, because you're going to meet them through people you have done business with in the past that are going to recommend your services. And remember, most of the time, like people, they go together, they work together, so they're going to know who you are and what you need and what they need, and they're going to recommend you for your services. So the format, when you present, if you're interested in presenting, this is our weekly format. We're going to have a 6-minute presentation. We're not going to catch you off at 6 minutes, but we're going to tell you, start to wind it down, because we want to make sure you get the full amount of time for the feedback. And then we're going to try to go 22 to 24 minutes of feedback from you, helping them solve what keeps them up at night challenges. So we're going to have 2 again today. We're going to start with Stefanie Hibbert from Posh and Charcuterie. And then we will follow up with an introduction to Dave Douglas from Hand in Hand on his show. So come on up, Stefanie. All right, so we're going to move forward with this button here. Yeah. All right. Manager.
Hello, everyone. So I wanted to start off by thanking everybody that found me this morning, and was so excited for me to be up here today. You guys finally got me up here, so I'm excited to be up here. So I'm going to tell you what has been keeping me up at night and my biggest barrier. So I want to start off by saying we can all have more freedom if we're willing to do the things that set us free. So my biggest barrier is being stuck in between a fear of success and a fear of failure. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about my business, Posh and Charcuterie. And it's a catering company looking to focus more on charcuterie cups, boards, and boxes, and sticks, and Chinese and Jamaican cuisine. Sometimes throw a Taco Friday in there too, so a little bit of Mexican is in there as well. Oh, by the way, my name is Stefanie. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. My name is Stefanie, owner of Posh and Charcuterie LLC. So cooking for me is more about elevating everyday foods that people like to eat, from hot dogs to frozen pizza to fried rice and tacos. I decided to focus more on Asian and Jamaican cuisine because I have a Chinese Jamaican background. My great-grandfather was Chinese, and pretty much everyone else in my family except for me, my brother, and my cousins are Jamaican. Charcuterie is just beautiful and fun to make, and everyday foods just because I'm picky. I myself am picky. Growing up, sometimes even now still, my grandmother and sometimes my father would have to cook 2 separate meals so I could eat because I wasn't eating what they were eating. So they would eat stuff like oxtail and curry goat, while I would eat stuff like plain hamburgers and cheeseless pizza. So my palate has grown since, but I'm still not one for fancy restaurants with dishes that I cannot pronounce. So I want to show people that the food that they eat, the food that they already eat can be beautiful, yet still affordable and tasty. So I like to cook because for those who know me, I'm very artistic. I love to write, I love to sing, and I love to create beautiful dishes for people to enjoy. I'm not too crazy about the pricing as much as I am about the combination of colors on a plate or in a bowl, but don't get me wrong, I do like to make art on a plate visually too. I'm not one for using tweezers to garnish, so. I think that's why people go crazy for the charcuterie cups, boards, and boxes, or even the stir fry and fried rice because they're just beautiful dishes. So I brought some sticks for you to enjoy today. One day I will sponsor breakfast so you can see more of what I love to do. But today we had the chamber breakfast, so I didn't want to do too much. So I hope you guys did enjoy those. So as previously stated, I like to focus on simple dishes with great taste, which is why I created wok box fried rice and stir fry for both catering and Friday lunch food. Go back to 3. Okay. Sorry, I messed up the page. Sure. I think it went out of order somehow, but yeah, just go back to charcuterie. Yeah. Okay. So I brought the sticks, and as you can see, I do charcuterie cups, boards, boxes, and sticks. You can find us on my website. If anybody's interested in charcuterie box, boards, cups, and sticks, please let me know. Okay, so I like to cook because for those who know me, I'm very artistic. I love to write, I love to sing, and I love to create beautiful dishes for people to enjoy. And as previously stated, I like to focus on simple dishes with great taste, which is why I created wok box fried rice and stir fry for both catering and Friday lunches. Yeah. No. Right there. Okay, cool. We also do our Wagwan Jamaican cuisine and Taco Friday. For wok box, you get fried rice as your base, and then you can choose from stir fry, peppers, or no stir fry peppers, and lastly, chicken, shrimp, or char siu pork. You can also add pineapple upside down cake, Jamaican bread pudding, and my dad's birthday punch. Delivery is free in Lake County because I like to leave it up to the tipper. So if you know any businesses that would be interested in corporate catering, please send them my way. Okay, so why am I here? As previously stated, I'm stuck between a fear of failure, no, the next one. I mean the previous one. Okay. I'm stuck between a fear of failure and a fear of success. So I need to work on the fear of both, failing and succeeding. So I'm so confused as to what happened.
So let's go to the challenge, because our time's up now, and I think we've gotten a great idea of where you're at, and what we're looking for in the challenges. So we've got 3 challenges.
Yeah, so what I need from you is I need help to get more cheerleaders. So I need people to motivate me, support me by purchasing my products and services, like and share my posts, and spread the word to people that they know. So if you guys can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, that would be great. Like and share my posts, that would be great. Also, talk about me. You know, if you're talking to somebody that needs food, you're talking to somebody who needs charcuterie, please, you know, tell them about me. Give them my contact information. I have cards up here. If you guys can, you know, take a couple and pass them out, that would be awesome. The second thing I'm looking for are contracts. So if you know any businesses that would like to either incorporate my charcuterie into their services, want weekly or bi-weekly lunches, or have a monthly event that needs catering, please have them reach out to me. Also, if you guys, you know, allow me to put my flyers in your office, that would be awesome. You know, or add them to your website, something to help me get new clients. Everybody likes food, so the challenge is finding people who want my food, right? And then the other thing, a bigger commissary kitchen. So I have a commissary kitchen now. It's out in Groveland. It's super far. So I need one that's more local, but I need one that will allow me to make at least 100 charcuterie boxes at a time. So right now in the kitchen I have, I could probably make like 20 charcuterie boxes at a time. I need to make large numbers, right? So that's pretty much it.
All right, so I think we'll leave it on the challenges so people can see what they are. So let's thank Stefanie, because again, this is not easy. So let's thank her. And we're going to start with Amanda and Brandy if you're ready. I know we got Delaney in the back.
Okay, I want to start really quick.
Go ahead.
Just to clarify, your challenge, the one that keeps you up at night, is the fear of success, and can you go into detail a little bit more on what your fear is? Is it the growth and not knowing how to grow?
So I'm basically just not doing the things that I need to do. Like before, people were telling me to come here, 1 million cups, go to 1 million cups, do 1 million cups, like, and I wasn't coming. Like I would sleep till 11 o'clock in the morning. So everything that I could do before that, I wasn't doing that. I wasn't doing those things. And you guys didn't know who I was before I came out here. You know, so that's an example of not doing the things that I need to do, right? I'm a member of the Leesburg Chamber of Commerce, right? They have a whole platform online that I can go and I can market myself, and I'm not doing that. You know, I'm not putting any information about myself in that platform.
So there's a lot of new. Every week, we're gonna hook you up with Fast Track to get your business in order, and then SBCD that's gonna help you with your books and things like that. And then there's several marketing people here that are gonna help you market, and you can be able to, get the contracts that you're looking for after.
All right, Delaney?
Morning, Stefanie. I'm so glad you're here this morning. So a couple different things. Commissary Kitchen, first of all, myself as well as a ton of people in here know Rick Copley, the one you need to talk to with the Lake Commissary Kitchen. It's just right down here by the lake, and it would be perfect for what you're looking for. Number 2 is about cheerleaders. Everybody in this room is cheering you on, okay? But we can only do so much. So for you, you need to sit down with a trusted friend or somebody and start writing out, listing it on paper, things that you're gonna see. Where do you wanna end up? Begin with the end in mind, right? So that you know what your driving force is. If you are unclear about where you wanna go, it'll keep you stagnant where you are. So don't do that. You've got a great thing going. You really do, and you have talent, and people need that. So if you will be very clear, as Greg was talking about earlier, be very clear about where you're going. Let me give you this. Not everyone is going to be your customer. Okay? So knowing that, when they poo-poo your idea or they're not interested, that's not going to be something that derails you because you already know where you're going. So I highly, highly suggest doing that.
Vicky?
Hey, Stephanie. You saw me earlier, and I've already told you to join our events. You know that, and don't be afraid. I know you said that you're afraid of the success of doing other things. You mentioned to me earlier that you didn't want to do events outside of your tent. Right?
Exactly.
There's so many ways around that to not let that be your only barrier. You can have a friend help you. You can contact the coordinators to see if we can help you. We're always there to help with anything like that. There's also tents that you can literally do yourself. I do it every time. So don't have that as that's your reason why you're not going to do it. You know, just try not to have that barrier. Too much negativity will not let you succeed. So the cheerleaders also, the fact is, yes, these networking events, absolutely great, but don't forget about the small networking events too. With Whimsy, we have networking events after 1 million cups over the first of the month all the time as well. It's a much smaller group. We sit and we talk and we discuss more intimately, and you'll make way more connections as well in that fact. But you've got to put yourself out there and not sleep till 11.
Yes.
I get it. I do.
So
I'm getting up earlier now.
I'm gonna back up Mindy with what she was saying too, because if you look at different events like that, everybody there is there for the same reason. Everybody there is dealing with the same things you are. And Jesse, I was gonna call Jesse out even if he did raise his hand, because when you said the cheerleaders and getting past that fear of success, he's the first one I thought of. So see if we're on the same wavelength.
Well, I have kind of a 3-part question, but I'll throw them at you one at a time. It's December 31st, 2025. What has to be true for this to be successful?
Say that again?
It's December 31st, 2025, and you're looking back at this year. What does success look like?
I see myself paying my bills with, you know, whatever I make.
Okay, so revenue goal, right? Do you have a dollar amount in mind?
For the full year.
Yeah, for 2025. Ain't nobody here but us, so.
I'm gonna say
What must be true to hit $100,000 by 12/31?
I gotta do what I need to do.
Last but not least, who's holding you accountable to that?
I should be holding myself accountable.
Who else?
My parents, my friends, yeah.
Well, I think to that point, and that was one of the things I thought of, is finding groups that support each other. You know, when you get online, getting groups that are not, you're not there to sell each other's product, you're there to support each other in various types of businesses, and that's where you're supporting them. Hey, how did you do this week? How did you do? And getting connected with the right factors. You know, SBDC downstairs will help you put that business plan together. Matthew, real quick, and then we'll come back to Jesse. Okay.
Matthew Gaffney, One Post Studio. Firstly, you are your greatest asset. So whenever you're investing into yourself, you have to see it as an investment and not as an expenditure. With that in mind, given the way you described your own self-accountability being a struggle, personally, I think you really need an actual business coach. Somebody that you pay for, that you are invested into, but don't just go with the first person. I would suggest probably interviewing 5 to 10 coaches, finding somebody that you identify with, somebody that you feel will be able to elevate your standard for yourself. Somebody, I mean, honestly, Ernest was kind of just alluding to it. Somebody that is going to be that accountability person, but can give you clear, okay, if this revenue goal is the goal in mind, let's reverse engineer that equation. What has to happen and what sequence in order for that to be coming to fruition. But a coach is going to truly be the person that allows you to have that standard, understands how growth works in your specific industry.
Thank you.
The only thing I was going to add when you were talking about groups, outside of this group, I meet 3 other groups every single month. Some of them every other week, and some of them once a month. So at least, if I include 1 million cups, I'm meeting in groups of entrepreneurs about 10 times a month.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing my best to do, because when I say cheerleaders, I need to be around people that are like-minded, that are gonna ask me, how was your event yesterday? Or are you ready for your event? Like when I was getting ready last night, I was, practicing my speech or practicing this. I had somebody ask me, how's it going? Did you get your stuff done? That's the kind of stuff that I need, because I need to know that there's somebody out there that can say, hey, do you need help, or can I point you in the right direction? And that's pretty much what I'm asking you guys to do, is just to help me stay on track and stay on the path.
Well, I think that's, and hang on just a second, Lord. I think that's what we're here for. That's what the groups are for. If you're okay, because I want to make sure we get all of them, because we don't move on. And if we can change our thought roads, I'm not sure where you're going. Let's work on context. So my first thought is, next week is VBS all over the county. Go to churches, talk to them, show them what you have. If you can bring in prepared food for the kids and the volunteers, that saves a world of time, because my wife is working there tomorrow or next week. That saves so much time. But situations like that, go to business and say, hey, let me get your lunch for free. Just put my flyer on there. You've got to get yourself out there.
Rose Lindo, Lindo's Catering and Events. Stefanie, I believe you have a wonderful product. You do amazing. I do catering, and I think you should get with caterers, because there's a lot of times we get events that we cannot do, and we need to network together.
Yes.
You have a great product. Keep going.
Thank you. I want to use your kitchen.
We're gonna go to Alan, and we're gonna leave it, and we're gonna go to
Stefanie, thank you for having the courage to get up here and speak to all of us, because as I said, we're all your friends. People that know you and love you. what I'd like to suggest is what we're talking about, and Rose brought up, and what I was sitting here thinking, picking up on a little bit of what Jesse said and what Matthew said. I believe in mastermind. In my business, I have a mastermind team. We have a weekly mastermind call. You're talking about holding yourself accountable. There's enough people in this room who kind of are connected, like Rose and yourself, and you guys kind of do this. We talk about the commissary thing, and creating amongst yourselves some sort of a network, just your little hub. I mean, it only takes 3 or 4 that you all work together to hold each other accountable. I believe in the coaching thing, but Rose and her husband have a lot of years of experience or come to the table where you can create that out of this and support one another. Create your own teams. Figure out one day a week that you get together by Zoom or in person. In person I love most, where you get together over a cup of coffee and strategize and help each other. Do goal setting. Do that. Reverse engineer, like what Jesse was talking about. If you know what your income goal is, then figure that out and reverse engineer that. So that's just my thought. Okay?
All right, guys, we got about 3 minutes left, so if we can, let's keep it short to the point, please.
Okay, so how many people in this room, Stephanie? If you were walking around every time, everywhere you go, with a 10-15% coupon for the first time trier, those are your market. You say, don't know me, get to know me, I'm gonna serve you. You have a private party, you have a group party, you have everything. You need this chance to show you, and everywhere you go, that's how you go.
You did a great job, Beth.
Thank you. A little bit of confusion.
Well, you've got a lot of info coming at you, and really great info. So my encouragement to you is to go back and listen to this, take notes, and then create a pathway with intention. And think of it that way. Have intention in whatever you do. If you're going to network, do it with intention of what you're going to walk out of it with. If you're going to have a mentorship and accountability, go at it with intention. You know, and I think a mentorship program, collaboration is going to be key for you. You need the coaching, you need that accountability, you need that encouragement. All of us have it in us there, that fear of, you know, am I going to fail, am I doing the right thing? So why do that pathway all by yourself when you've got somebody who's walked that path? So create some intention. And on that note, of all this information, you've got a lot coming at you. If you could name, you know, what's one thing we as a community could do to really help you?
Motivate.
You got it.
All right, everyone, as you can see, there's more, the last slide for Stephanie's presentation. As you can see, this is not easy. This takes a lot to get up here. Stephanie, we appreciate you stepping out of your comfort zone, because it's not easy. And you know, I think like Pam said, you know, there's a fear of success as well as a fear of failure. So I hope this was a good start for you. So we're gonna bring up our next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is Dave Douglas from Hand in Hand. And let's give Dave a round of applause as he comes up. And real quick before we get started, Arlene, did we bring the fishbowl up? Because we want to make sure we get everybody's business card. It's over there. If you have not get your business card, don't do it yet. We want to focus on Dave and his presentation. We will take a minute after Dave is done to make sure we collect business cards so we do the drawing. So let me again introduce Dave Douglas with Hand in Hand Recovery.
Thanks, Jim. I'd just like to, for all of us, to thank George and Pam and the entire team with Million Cups that we even have the opportunity to make presentations like this for our businesses and help us grow. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is David Douglas, and I'm a retired mailman from here in the city of Eustis. I work right next door here in that gray, dingy building for many years, but I survived 35 years of working there. And the things that bring me joy in my life is obviously my family, my kids. Me and my wife, we are a blended family, and we raised 5 kids together. I don't know how we ever survived that, but we did. In our grandkids. Man, if I'd have known they were so much fun, I'd have had them first. So here's an interesting fact about me, is I was adopted at birth, and about 6+ years ago, I went on a journey that I really didn't want to go on, because I didn't want to know what I didn't want to know. I didn't want to find out my father was Charles Manson. But in that process, I found my biological family. And what I found was a living mother and father who got married 6 months after I was born and put up for adoption, and 7 siblings. It's been a crazy journey. And this is kind of what I found. This is that family. So that's been an interesting journey, and my dad will be 92 this year. My mother is 88, which scared my wife because she didn't think I was possibly going to live that long, and she was just in freedom. So why we're here today. In 2013, when I retired from the post office, God put a calling on my heart to start an addiction recovery facility for those who financially couldn't find recovery. And this calling was about doing something bigger than myself. Honestly, I didn't want to do it. You get that calling and it's like, no, wrong number, I can't do that. And I was right, I can't do that. But it's the people that have surrounded me, it's the power that I've been given through Jesus Christ that's allowed me to continue this journey for Hand in Hand. And we currently have 5 houses, 52 beds, a men and women's program here in Eustis that where we offer recovery to those who otherwise couldn't find it.
Can we take a minute and introduce Allison Long, who oversees the
absolutely.
Lewis program?
I was going to grab them at the end, but Allison is and as well, I want to introduce Lois, who is our thrift store manager. Stand up, Lois, and let us that's what we're going to be talking about today.
I told them I was going to call them out.
So, Hand in Hand Recovery is our main organization, the recovery homes that we have. And we've been offered an opportunity for a thrift store, which is part of the social enterprise that we do with Hand in Hand. Hand in Hand Recovery is a faith-based in-house long-term addiction recovery facility. We have a men and women's program with 52 beds. It's all right here in Eustis. And we use social enterprise to offset the expense of our operations. What that means is we have small businesses within Hand in Hand where we go out, we offer job experience to our residents, holding them accountable, showing them that you gotta earn your way. So we offer them an opportunity, because our program is free, to earn their recovery. We have a complete lawn service, commercial and residential. We do weed pulling, mulching, yard cleanup, and we do some commercial cleaning for some of the tour boats that are on the Dora Canal. But now we have a thrift store. Wow, is this fun? Back in the beginning of Hand in Hand, we had a thrift store in Umatilla, and we didn't do so well. It was a lot of work, and what I found was that what I can get $5 for in Umatilla, I can get 10 for in Eustis, and I can get 24 in Mount Dora. So when we got out of that thrift store, I told God, thank you for getting me out of this. I will never do that again. And then somebody drops this opportunity in my lap. So this is our store. And the interesting part about this store is it's been a thrift store for 4 decades. It's an amazing location on Old 441. Most of you probably know it as the Christian Home and Bible thrift store for many years. And we have taken it over, and because because of what we do with Hand in Hand, we've called it Restoration Resale. So the question today, what's the best way for us to showcase our new business and drive traffic to that location? Some of the things that we're currently doing, social media, we've got a Chamber of Commerce open house coming up, we've done signage, we've made the front of the building look pretty, and we're getting people to notice, but they drive by and go, oh, well, that's new. What's gonna get them in the door? That's my question today.
All right, let's thank Dave for his time. All right, real quick before we get started, if you want to have the best day of your life, go to a baptism with a Hand in Hand people. It's amazing.
Graduation.
No, baptism is my favorite.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, seeing these people turn their lives to God and the recovery is amazing. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Macy with Resale Market. Can I ask a question? Are you guys a nonprofit, I'm assuming?
Correct.
Okay. My first suggestion is to get with me. I would love to have you at our events. It would be free because you're a nonprofit. And that would put you in the front of thousands of people throughout the year. You can come at any of our events, okay?
Done.
So I'd love to have you, especially at the fresh market, because it's right here in Houston, okay? Second thing about how to showcase or drive more traffic, I have seen with other thrift stores or resale shops in my area in Leesburg, they have, I think you call it like a fill the bag day, something like that, for like $20 or something like that, where you just stuff it as much as you can. That drives people in a lot, or quarter sale day in certain sections, or certain types of sales is the way that I've been able to see a bunch of traffic drive up. So that's an option.
John Waldman Enterprises. My side hustle is buying and selling on Facebook Marketplace, so I would recommend listing some big ticket items, making an account on Facebook Marketplace, taking pictures, and then post your address and say, there's more to offer here, and come check it out. That's people driving.
Excellent.
Great ideas. I just thought of a signage outside just saying free coffee to bring them in.
Yeah. Bring them here.
Going off the Facebook, doing that as well as when you have time in the store, like showing them the inside of the store, some special items that you have with live video, and making sure those videos have captions, because what you say in the captions becomes searchable. So then as you're saying, hey, we have, because Disney's are very popular, if you have Disney items, or you have certain, Star Wars items, or whatever it could be, or some relics, as you're saying that, and it has the captions in your videos, it's able to generate that when people are searching.
I like the caption idea because everybody's like me, we scroll Facebook with the sound off.
All right, we're gonna go Pam and then Marie.
Hi, David. So I think you have such a great following already with Hand in Hand. And people love you, they love what you're doing, and you have a lot of community support. So how are you tapping in, I guess I have a question, how are you tapping into that network you've already created with Hand in Hand to promote the Restoration Restore? And on that note, I know people, when they like to thrift, but people like to know that their dollar is going someplace that's even more special. So how are you communicating that communicate that to drive people? Like, how much of your profits, all your profits, are they going towards Hand in Hand? I think that has to be communicated as well. But how are you getting that Hand in Hand community support to come into your doors? And maybe adding a little signage outside that says, Hand in Hand recovery out there would help too.
Yeah, the big window right to the left of the front door has the Hand in Hand logo on it. But to answer your question, what we've done this week is we reached out to the churches that have supported us in the past, and they're all going to be doing announcements through their online or at church. So, yeah, we're trying to make those connections as well. Free. Thanks.
Marie Alberti, Lady Cecilia Chamber of Commerce. I was thinking that you could do a partnership it's a resource. Lake Cares, and now in the new Lake Cares facility, there are actually offices in there where they do counseling with their clients that, you know, some of your brochures, et cetera, could be in there. So people are thrifting, and especially, you know, if you need help with food, also, they would need help with the end of, you know, furnishing a home or whatever. So I would say, getting with an organization like that too, as another resource.
Great.
I like what you said, Pam. I think on that, right when they enter, have a mission statement board of what that money is going towards. And have specific line items of what that money is going towards for the people. Because I think that kind of stuff, people, you know, especially with recovery, everybody's had issues in the past, more than likely, or family members that have been associated, and this is a great way, but literally specifically having line items where that money is going towards to help these people.
Thank you, Greg. Matthew.
Matthew Gagnon from West Studio. I've been to one of those graduation ceremonies, Bring a Fishing Box. It is an amazing event. But specifically around the attraction to, say, social media, for example, you're trying to attract people that don't already know who you are. So on that standpoint, you already have so many great community partners. I would suggest maybe creating some sort of new sponsorship opportunity for them, specifically around advertising. So, hey, we're, you know, for X amount of dollars, then we're going to be utilizing this money to reach more people through ads, whether that's Facebook ads, Eventbrite, whatever it is. But that way you're able to go after a target market that doesn't already know you, utilizing the resources of people that do believe in the mission.
Thanks, Matthew, and sorry about taking your seat this morning.
I noticed him hovering for a while. Brandon.
So on social media, just a couple ideas is word of mouth. So whenever you're putting out that social media, always tagging the word of mouth, but also tagging the people that you're partnering with or sponsoring, tagging 1 million cups, because all their followers are going to see what you're putting out as well. So getting that growth for free.
Maureen.
So I know recently you paired up with a realtor and you went and got some furniture out of a house. People who didn't want their furniture, good stuff, you brought it back. Maybe letting some other realtors know that that's something you will do. And then if they have some buyers who may be upsizing, they don't have furniture for that 3rd bedroom just yet. You know, go check out Hand in Hand. We work together. You know, thrifting isn't always somebody's dirty old shoes.
Right.
You know, you've got good stuff. First-time home buyers. You have people that just might need some stuff. But if you maybe talk to some realtors and work that mutually, or anybody that's doing a new to the area guide, which some of them do, or you know, any of these local organizations, welcome to Maldora, you know, Hand in Hand, Restoration Restore might be able to help you get situated.
Thanks. All right, we're Stephanie, and you're coming on.
Hi, Stephanie Hayes, Tavares Chamber. Speaking of the realtors, I'd love to get with you on that too, because a couple of my best friends are realtors, and they do actually use like upscale type furniture with stage houses. And so, you know, they'll come, and you don't even have to deliver it. They have somebody that'll come pick it up, they stage the house, and then they'll bring it back to you, and then it's basically like a rental that you're, you know, doing for them. The money goes towards you. Another thing too is, you know, there's a few companies that are nonprofits that, in that situation for, you know, addictions, and I have actually a family member that, so that's how I do. And I can tell you firsthand that one of this particular group that did, they were having a hard time getting their help, what they did out to the community. So they did a big family event fundraiser, and they got with different, like your charity, their charity, and they picked like a mutual location, and they did a big, huge family day. They brought them out, showed that the companies came out, saw what was going on, you know, what they did. And it really did bring a lot of fundage into the company, or your like the charities for the different companies. So, you know, I definitely love to get with you too.
Thanks.
Autumn Incarnation Strawberry Soul. I'm also a local singer and performer,
And sometimes I do gala events, sometimes I do local community events, private parties. And I always like to look really like flashy and unique. I like to have on something that nobody has. So thrift stores are like my go-to. I actually travel 45 minutes to Lady Lake. There's a consignment shop, Marie Rose Consignment, because they always have pieces. So someone in the beginning had talked about taking pictures. I'm not sure where you source all of your retail or your items, but if it's clothing, especially anything vintage, please take pictures, put it online, and tag it, because people like me, that's what's gonna drive me to your location. I also have a friend who does local flea markets, and they're always looking, they're pickers, they're hunters, and they're looking for pieces to purchase from you and take to the market. So those pictures would be really great.
Awesome, thank you.
So I want to follow up on what Autumn said. Like the thrift store there, I know there's a couple of smaller ones in Leesburg, Lake area that I don't think are big enough for furniture. So maybe connecting with them and say, hey, when you get a request for furniture and I ask, can I put my furniture there? Maybe you could be that source, because they're gonna go, no, we don't take it. Now, I don't know if they're referring them out. And then maybe you have something that would be worth trading back to them, say, hey, when we get this, but working with other ones. And the second thought, I'm gonna kind of throw this out here for everybody else, because I know recognition is a big thing, but income is also a big thing. There's other areas around. There's one in Pocket that does an amazing job. For like $200 a month, you can run a booth. Throw some things in there, and you don't have to be there to work it. Just go once a week and refill it. But they get a huge foot traffic, kind of like what Nikki does. They get a lot of traffic through there buying your products, and I know it's adding an expense, but you might be able to add more revenue by doing that and just kind of branching out to a smaller location.
I had another quick idea. What about like a once a month yard sale event? Just so it's something different than like the consignment. A lot of people don't think about that on Saturdays when they're out yard selling. So we did like an event where you just put some stuff in the parking lot. As people drive by, maybe they'll stop.
Thank you.
Great.
And Dave, what date did you want to have your open house ribbon cutting? Whatever you want to call it.
On what date?
Yeah, you have a date?
Well, we do have one for July 31st.
Okay.
So Eustace Chamber would do one as well?
Yes, sir. We'll do whatever you need us to do.
Well, all right. I will call you this afternoon.
Okay, let's get it on the calendar.
That's right.
All right, so we've got two chamber presidents in the room. So let me ask the two of you, and we're gonna come over here. What would be better, a joint chamber ribbon cutting or individual chamber ribbon cuttings?
In my opinion, I like the joint. I just think it collaborates more. I think like our statement
Our statement that I always use is that we're stronger together, and so I don't feel like it just has to be our chamber that's together to be stronger. I think that we can collaborate together, and it just helps you guys as a business. That's just my opinion.
Yes, absolutely together. Golden Triangle area, we have a reach that's unbelievable. Yes, let's do it together.
Awesome. We'll mess up all the traffic in Mount Laurel.
So I have a question. Do you need more items or do you need more customers?
Yes.
I'm a big fan of watching the decluttering videos. There's a bunch of different YouTube channels on that. So that's what gave me the idea. Do you pick up from people's houses?
We do.
Ah, so that might be a way of getting items for your store. And I bet there's people that are your customers that probably need to declutter their houses too.
I'm one of them.
Tammy Escobar, Charcuterie Travel. I also teach a social marketing class in the fall, and the students are always looking for something to develop a campaign for. So if you're open to that, I would love to meet with you and have them design a campaign. And then also students that are looking for internships and they like to do social media. That's their thing. So that might be a good idea.
Awesome.
How far do you drive?
No, go ahead.
How far do you drive? Do you go down to Claremont? Because I have a bunch of motorized shades, window treatment fabrics that I used to do stuff, and I don't want to toss it. I want to donate to some meaningful locate,
Yeah, absolutely. We normally don't go that far, but for something like that,
Yeah, I
you
have
would love to
choices, I
connect
have
and.
new beginnings that I can donate to.
Yeah.
Second thing is you miss opportunity, you don't have the address on the screen for us. Like, I'm looking for where to go later after this.
22 to 85 West Old Highway 441.
Just a suggestion to have in your store, when you, before these events, have the QR codes for, if you have a Facebook, you have your website. And always encourage them, that even before the events and during the events, that people tag your store. That way, and have, as you're researching your market, like what are the tags that they should have? And give that suggestion in the bottom, hey, tag us as this, or tag us whatever you're using for your store. That way it starts to generate, and that way when people look you up, it has a better finding. So those are ways to use what you have, but yet get those hits to your store.
We're gonna go to Alan, then we're gonna wrap up with Jesse.
So I just had a kind of a breakthrough when Tammy said what she said, and I was kind of thinking this, and the idea of having an apprentice or somebody that could come in that's really got a dynamic personality that could put together some YouTube, some little videos that could be marketed for social media that are like, hey, declutterers, you're a homeowner, you want to declutter your house, something with some enthusiasm, right? Right? And says, hey, and tells it, just skip it and go on Instagram and stuff like that, right? That has that enthusiasm, that face for your store.
So, Jesse.
I just had 2 ideas for collaboration. One thing Nikki mentioned that she does free for 501c3, maybe reach out to Style Magazine and some of the publications.
Yeah.
Hey, do you allow us to put our story in here? Does facts tell, but stories sell? And so you tell a story of someone who went through recovery addiction, finish recovery. You tell their story, obviously with their permission, their picture, and here's how we thought of that. It will drive traffic. The other thing was, speaking of pickup, if you partner with Delaney and junk removal, because people throw out stuff that's good.
Yeah.
Maybe it's large items and they're like, well, we don't really want to drive this off the landfill, but we don't need it either. So connect with them and see, hey, when you have items that could be donated, keep us in mind.
Hey, you do. All right, Lauren, we got time.
So I've been listening, and one thing that comes across is, so from the UK also, so what they do in the UK with Red Cross, all those big craft shops, they have an alignment with the Antique Association. So they have the antique dealer that comes in and they actually look at the goods that is in the store and actually appraise it, and if there's anything, they can have premium dollars in that. So you can actually look at where the antique dealers around here and align yourself with some of them.
Thank you.
All right, we got to go ahead and cut it short. I'm sorry, guys. Because we do want to respect everybody's time. Please stay. Alyssa and Marie, please stay. Talk to Dave afterwards, because we do want to make sure you get time to talk to Dave. Everybody got their business card in the bucket. All right, when you grab yours, let's thank David for his time and his All right, so upcoming events. If you have an upcoming event and you want to get it in the league website, scan that QR code and they're going to be on their calendar so you can get all of your events with lead scheduled. And I think next is going to be community announcements. Well, no, for lead. Monty, where'd you go?
Monty left.
Oh, that's right, he had to leave. So on June 17th, they are doing an HR summit. I believe Alan's going to be there. Alan's going to be there. It is from 8 o'clock till noon at the Pavilion in Tiberias. And again, I'm telling you, if you have not been to a league event, they knocked it out of the park. This will be one certainly that you want to attend. And again, there's flyers on the back. If you have an event coming up, put a flyer on the back. If you have an event coming up in the next 7 days, we want to hear about it. Nikki.
Okay, 2 things right after this. We're meeting down at 113 Coffee Shop. Wednesday Market is for that intimate networking event. We're going to be talking about successful seasons, so come on down and support another small business. And then also next Wednesday is our first fresh market down in Barron Park that we're partnering with the chamber with, and it is our grand opening / ribbon cutting at 5. The market runs from 5 to 8. We have over 40 vendors, live music, all the fun stuff, and giveaways. So please spread the word. There's flyers back here. If you guys can take some, put them in your businesses, give them out, take pictures, put it on social media, share it. Please, we really want this to be a staple in Eustis. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, and that's a great part. We're gonna Marie, you get the whole month because you are a special guest. You are doing the food. You get the whole month to announce all of the youth events coming up. So.
You're gonna go in, it's gonna be really quick and then Marie.
Okay.
Hi everyone, Ryan Devontae Branding. I'm going to act on behalf of our chamber today as one of their trustees and let you know that tomorrow we have our young professionals. For those of you who heard it last week, it is anybody who is under 40 or pretending to be under 40 at Wolf Branch in downtown Leesburg.
All right, and if you want a month worth of announcements, do the food for the third quarter.
I don't want to do a month. I just created the calendar. We will post it online, but this Friday is First Friday in Eustis, and we will have a booth there. Please come on by and check us out. Next thing on the agenda is our Fresh Market in Fairham Park, and I've decided that I'm going to have a little pre-market get-together starting at 4. Doing a gathering there, and then we will walk across for the ribbon cutting. So the chamber's open. We're welcoming you in, see what we've got going on, and become a part of this marketing extravaganza. I'm like so excited we're doing something in our park. And it will be a little bit cooler because we're on the lake, and we'll have tents and we've got trees. So just come on out and try it.
All right, any other announcements? We're going to do our drawings. We've got our first winner with Melissa. So we're going to do a Carver Cup. We got a second one with Cesar Sanchez. Cesar. All right? Our next one. Well, he's not here. I know that. Okay, good. And then Mel Tirado with Mayvine. All right. So grab a cup, grab a notebook, whatever you want to do. And then last but not least, oh, hang on, Alan's got an announcement. Hang on, I'm sorry, Alan.
Sorry. Alan Biles, and I represent Toastmasters. Toastmasters meets on Monday evening. Monday evening at 5:30 p.m. Come develop yourself. Working and developing you is the best investment you can make in developing your speaking and your public speaking skills and your communication skills. Mondays, 5:30 at the Lake Eustis Area Chamber of Commerce. Thank you.
All right, before we do the picture, one more time. We had so many first-time visitors. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you for being here.